Okay, well, let's now go to a few personal questions. And I begin with you, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, candidate of the APC. There is this thing in the public space that your government is a government of husband, wife, and son. Now, how will a governor run a state that his family controls everything if that allegation is correct? Why?
Thank you. It's the first time I'm hearing government, although I've had it before in Ondo State, government of wife and son. But
please, no cheering, no cheering.
But I can assure you, what we run is government of the people, by the people, for the people. So this is clear. For me, many people can be saying whatever comes to their mind. My wife is neither a commissioner, neither are any of my children holding any office in this state. So how do I run? So those commissioners that are working with me, they are not running the government. So my wife decides for them. It is balderdash. It does not make sense. But it is good for people to say it because it is their own way of life. All I know is that for me, I'm running a government with people who are in ESCO. You can ask them whether my wife had ever been there with them before. Did he sit in ESCO? Or is he a member of the House of Assembly? Is she? So how? All I know is that the first lady that you have today is blessed with intellect. And if it's that blessed, there is nothing anybody can do. Somebody who has been in the world since 1997, treating people with breast cancer. If he comes here and talk about Brecan, go and look at Brecan office. Brecan had his own secretariat before we came here. It's a big place, mighty. So is it this state that they built the secretariat? So the important thing is that somebody has ideas, is improving the lot of our women, improving the lot of our girls, improving the lot of the widows. So that is how he's running government. If that is it, she will continue to do it to improve the lot of the women in this state because it is a passion. But all of us also pray to have children who can assist them. I can tell it everywhere. I have them. I'm blessed with my children. And they are assisting me without even a kobo from the state government. So for me, let us all pray to have such children that can assist you when you are in government. And not children that will be going out on the street with using cars and spending money or trading it here. Do you ever see my child or any of my children in your pop house wasting money? Because you have not seen them. You have seen them doing serious business. So it's now government of what? It's government of the people, for the people, by the people.
Please, I want us to understand that this debate, please let us keep the hall quiet. There should be no cheering or jeering so that we can concentrate on the issues. We have a long way to go, please. Thank you very much for understanding this. Mr. Fashua, I also ask you a personal question. There's this belief that you have set up so many businesses, but all of them have not performed well. What happened?
Thank you, sir. When I came down to the country first, in a way you want to go into business, you have plan A, you have plan B, you have plan C. Like when I first came in for security outfit in Victoria Island, my brother, this country we have problem. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. You see, the contract of the MTN that I secured all the way from US, I moved all my entire family down here. But at the expiration of the contract, they're not ready to renew. How do you deal with that? Listen, So come down. I'm just telling you, so when you are moving down into the country, I engage in the abattoir. I brought all the equipment here. Overnight, the whole yard was empty. So the country, we have problem. And again, let me just tell you this thing. Then, my family was in US. Hear me out. The question you just asked, Mr. Governor, let me tell you that thing. If I become the governor of the state, I will involve my wife will be involved. It will not just sit idle. People that cannot have their way, they want to do where they cannot have their way. That is when they're saying all those things. Any business you do not involve your family, that thing will die. If they cannot kill you, if they cannot consume you, you are in problem. They will say, oh, father, child, this. We have problem. But with this school, my wife is the registrar of the school. She managed it properly. And today, the school is affiliated with Adekule Ajasa. We're moving on. We have over 1,000 students. My wife running, she finished from Ife. She ran it for me. So you must, anything Yoruba will say, Oro tabati shenile tabati fi woman akpam. Anything you do that do not involve your immediate family, you will just die.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fashua. Mr. Jagede, please let's keep the hall quiet, please. Mr. Jagede, you also bear the same burden as Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu. It said that when you were in government, and this is personal, when you were in government, very many of your siblings were also in government influenced by you. One was in the broadcast industry as general manager, one was in the local government service commission and all of that. Now, people say that it simply means that you may, that's the word, may, also run a government of father, mother, and child.
Let me say first, the office of the governor is the office of public trust. It is not a family business. And I understand Mr. Fashua's emotions when he said his wife is the registrar of the school. It's a private school. The truth of it is that once you are in government, you must allow the process, not only about official appointments, but also about contracts and consultancy businesses. It would be wrong, a breach of the oath of office, for me as a governor to allow my wife or my children to be a consultant. It's not right. Now, talking about my siblings, my elder brother, who was your boss when you were in Orange FM or whatever it is a career civil servant. He rose through the ranks because he was able to go to school without my influence, even when I was not in government. And as been in government before, I came in as Attorney General to serve. His elder brother, and credit to him that he served the state creditably in his office as a civil servant. And he grew from the lower ranks up to the position of the GM by way of promotion. He never became a permanent secretary. His elder brother also was a local government staff. Real Ondo state people who lived here and worked here, who rose through the ranks and became at some point the chairman of the union, the labor union, and also the chairman of Nolgate through elections, not through affinity. And when he was chairman of Nolgate and president of the labor union, I was not in government and I was not here. So the truth of it is that we want to encourage merit. I prefer to look at my brothers right through the ranks by dint of hard work, not because they are connected with me. And I raise my hand up to say that none of my children is looking for employment or looking for consultancy job that will enable them to feed through the taxpayers' money. And we say that all of us are all entitled to have our children, not because of the office I occupy, but because it is of merit And that is why we said our children should be allowed to go to education.
Thank you very much.
So that they can also have the same educational quality that elite children also have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jagade, for your answer.
Thank you.
Of course, those are very personal questions, but I had to ask them because they are actually in public space, and for anyone who wants to be governor, your issues will be in the public space. Okay, so let's go to the issue that concerns, that is a source of worry to everyone in Ondo State. That's security as the elections approach. And I will begin with you, Mr. Fashua, the first black man to be licensed in Michigan and New York. What are you going to say to your supporters as regards violence as we go into the elections? And I want you to look them in the face, because you are on the biggest platform you can ever be for this election. Look them in the face and tell them what you think they should do as we go into the elections.
Thank you, sir. The election is already in. And the issue of security is very important. The Yoruba will say, Tenitoku tielo shegbe. If you die for anybody's sake, bye-bye for you. So take personal precaution about yourself. Don't do what the law says you should not do. Stay out of trouble. Although I know the federal government will do all the needful to get the whole state secured. But the first security is in our hand. Stay out of trouble. Don't get yourself involved in things that you are not supposed to get yourself in. Be a law-abiding citizen. Don't do what you are not supposed to do. If you do it and you were caught, bye-bye for you. So, sir, I mean, that is just my own opinion. Stay out of trouble. Because all the candidates were here, well secure, well protected. If you die because of us, bye-bye for you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fashua. But I'd like to ask you pointedly, do you really mean those words?
Oh, definitely. I mean, there's only one life to live. There's no second chance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.